everyone. My name is Raven Jackson, and I am here to tell you some things about this topic that I have researched. And it's about debt. It's a simple four-letter word with a negative connotation that has become a college student's worst fear. And with the rates of tuition and student loans, it's just outrageous. So after a few days of the research, I've come to learn quite a bit about the student loans, and this is what I'm here to get my audience to see what I'm bringing to the table. And then I would like the concept to be grasped is that what student loans really are and what their main purpose is so far. I would first like to explain what debt and student loans are and how they are connected, what effects they can put upon a student, and finally what type of government assistance one should look for. So, debt, according to dictionary.com, is something that is owed or that one is bound to pay to another. And student loans are borrowed money from an institution that has to be paid back before one graduates. And that came from ehow.com. Loans are made directly by the government or by a financial institution to help pay for the college that you attend or the school that you're going to graduate from. And so they go hand in hand because both of them you have to give money back. So, and debt is where you just have so much money built up that you have to pay back by a certain amount of time. And the increase of interest rates for debt now with college students from loans is 6% to 8.5%. And that's your interest rates for loans. And that's not good. It's really high. So debt can have a slew of effects on students, both good and bad. Financial stress is an everyday reality for college students, and that was by Inceptia. Inceptia here does a little bit of research about how they can help college students to receive financial aid without having to use loans. But according to Citizens Access, the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau released in May 2013 that there are more than 38 million students who loan with over $1.1 trillion in outstanding debt. That is a lot of money to pay back. So post-college graduates are left spending their time paying back loans instead of keeping money for themselves. But in an article last year of the Wall Street Journal, they reported that only 4 in 10 college students successfully paid back all their loans. And out of 10 colleges, there's a lot of colleges around the world. So that's not really good. It's not a good thing. But students have such a hard time paying back loans that the only solution is to receive Pell Grants. And Pell Grants are government assistance financial aid programs, and what they do is that they give you money. You can get up to $5,500, and you can get as low as $555. But the good thing about Pell Grants is you don't have to pay them back. Pell Grants pay for everything, whatever you need, and break it up between semesters or however your college school year works. If you go to school a full year round, then they don't split it up for you. But a Pell Grant is a lot better for you because you don't have to pay anything back. That's just the money that you get to keep if you have any refund extra or anything like that. You just can keep it all. But Pell Grants are made for students who do not have the financial standings to pay for a higher education by themselves. And that was by studentaid.gov. So they are the better choice to have those, so you can keep more money. College students can keep more money in their pockets and have a little bit more pocket change. The money that you work for that you can actually keep instead of giving it away. So, in my conclusion, debt is just that no one should take lightly, and that if possible, if you can stay away from student loans, it's best that you do, because you don't want to have to go through these interest rates and everything like that, and you have to pay them back by a certain amount of time, and there's so many different stipulations. It's just not worth the hassle. So I would just say to have less financial stress, to go for the Pell Grants, get any kind of scholastic aid you can get, because those are better. You can keep more money in your pocket and you don't have to spend anything. So with my figures here, A and B, they show that you have the annual college cost of college, and it was from 2011, and here's projected for 2022. And as you can see, the annual rates go up. In 2011, the public for a year was under $10,000, and by the time you hit 2022, you are going to be at about $20,000. But your average student debt in 1990 was only $9,798. That's a lot. In 1980 was a long time ago. 1990, I'm sorry, was a long time ago. But in 2013, you're looking at $35,000 worth of your average student debt. That's a lot of money. And I don't know about y'all, but I could buy a lot with $35,000. A car, a house, you know, mortgage, everything. I don't want to pay this when I get out of school. So this here is just to show you what the numbers show, and that we are college students, and this is what we have to look forward to. So I want to thank you for your time, and again, my name is Raven Jackson. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Nick Marcos, and the topic I chose to present was stress. And in a college student's life, they have many stressful things going on, and the biggest three for me would have to be relationships, schoolwork, and financial. And then I'm going to define all three of them for you, and then give you some ways that you can cope with them. So the first stress that I came up with is financial stress. And every college kid has needs for money, that they need to buy food, to go to football games, basketball games, all kind of things. And they might not be able to support themselves with the money. They may need their parents, so that stresses them out. Or if they have a job, if they're not working enough hours, they need money. So, and one of the biggest things that college kids do is they get credit cards, and they buy dumb things with them, and they rack up a large amount of debt, and they don't pay the bills because they think they're going to tell themselves, well, we'll pay this off in a few years. And then by the end of their time in college, they have $70,000 in debt. So that's one big stress. And then something that ties into a financial stress is relationships, which if you have a significant other or your parents or friends, you know, you need money to hang out with them. Or for the stress with the relationships, if you're not, the relationship stress you out because you can be just out anywhere, and being with certain people stresses you out, or doing certain things stresses you out. And if you're in a relationship with another person, one of the biggest things is loyalty, as stated by psychologytoday.com, that if you're not loyal, then all stress, the person who's not loyal is going to have stress because they don't want to get caught, or the person who is loyal and is worried about the other person is going to be really stressed out and want to just not have anything to do with that person. And that's basically it for that. And with schoolwork is the third type of stress for me, and whether it be stress in taking tests or quizzes, or studying, or going to class, they all stress you out. You can have so much homework and just like 3 tests and quizzes a day, and it just stresses you out. And according to businesstime.com, the stress of tests and quizzes can lead to the downfall of a college student if their priorities aren't straight. And a way to make schoolwork easier is if you buy a planner and write all your assignments, write all your tests and quizzes down in the planner, and it'll make for a much easier time, and you'll be relaxed, and you can know what to do, and you know what's to do. So in conclusion, the 3 stresses, schoolwork, relationship, financial, can be big burdens, but if you just keep your priorities straight and manage your time well, you'll be fine.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Angelique Carter. Did you guys know that tobacco has a number of many side effects besides the causes of cancer? I feel as though my various amount of time and research that I put into my topic, that I am a reliable source of information for you all today. I am going to discuss how tobacco worsens poverty, contributes to our hunger, and how it damages the environment. To begin, I'm going to explain how tobacco worsens poverty. According to the World Health Organization, studies have shown that within some of the poorest households, at least 10% of the money is being spent on cigarettes or some type of tobacco consumption. Smoking and other forms of tobacco use are much higher among the poor. Also, it associates with malnutrition, increased healthcare costs, and premature death are also associated with the poor. It is said that there's also a high illiteracy rate. According to Ann Lamon, a PRWatch.org article, she states that a cumulative amount of money is being spent on tobacco, which in turn it can be spent on education. A high illiteracy rate is also important to tobacco companies because they know that what happens is they focus on the poor population, and they know that they can care less about any health concerns or any printed health information. Therefore, that's how they make their money. Next, I'm going to talk about how tobacco contributes to world hunger. Okay, tobacco farming takes away large amounts of land of what could be productive food crops. The use of land denies about 10 to 20 million people of food. But if all tobacco farmers were to grow only food crops, 20 million of the world's 28 million undernourished people could be fed. That was according to a publichealthlawcenter.org article. Thirdly, I'm going to talk about how tobacco damages the environment. Smoking poses a direct threat to our forests, homes, and parks. Forests, for example, are cleared to make way for tobacco plantations. Then the soil protection it provides is lost and is more likely to be washed away in heavy rains. This can lead to soil degradation and failing yields. In sum, I just want to say that I feel as though this information is very... Now I have explained how tobacco worsens poverty, contributes to world hunger, and how it damages the environment. Ultimately, it is for you all to decide whether this information is beneficial, as I feel as though it can contribute to your lifestyle in many ways unimaginable. Thank you.